Alright, this time without coughing. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? We are back with Persona 3 Reload. Sinuses are a little better. My cats are swarming my bed right now because there's a new box in the house.
I'm going out for a bit.
Oh, it was told me by Donovan Aggie in the comments of the last video. Now, look, I haven't confirmed this because I haven't sat down and looked at a spreadsheet of the new cast to the old cast, but he said every character is a new voice actor. Every character has a new voice, other than, I think, Elizabeth, who's the assistant in the Velvet Room. But everyone else is a new actor, supposedly. Although I would argue you shouldn't change Igor, but, yeah, I don't know if 3 to 4 to 5 all have the same Igor. Well, 5 has a different Igor, but there's reasons it's a different Igor. We'll get to that when I actually ever get back to my playthrough of Persona 5. Beside the point, everyone in the cast is different. Which, I gotta give the cast credit, because so far, a lot of them are pretty damn on point. I think Mitsuru is really close, Yukari's really close, Junpei's really close. Like, I could tell some differences, but they're doing a good job. I'm not sure how I feel about his Akihiko, just because it's a little higher. Because Akihiko he had that very deep voice. He was that kind of, just that, how to describe Akihiko? Akihiko was very much the kind of laid-back, cool guy, at least in his voice.
Have you seen the newspapers lately? There's a lot going on.
Yeah, he's not bad. It's just, it's a little higher than I would like for Akihiko, but it's not bad. And again, this is all just me going, well, compared to the original, it's the, well, actually, in the manga.
I know.
I'm just being an
Severe
asshole.
cases of apathy syndrome are suddenly developing in people who showed no symptoms prior. It's been quite a topic of discussion. They say it's due to stress, but
Yeah, right. It's gotta be them. Otherwise, it's not worth my time.
you have a one-track mind. Will you be okay out there on your own?
Don't worry. I'm just getting a little practice.
This isn't a game, Akihiko.
Yeah, he does not start as a member of the party. Even though him and Mitsuru are, in the dorm already, Akihiko is injured from a previous assignment, and Mitsuru is our info gatherer.
Have you heard?
What was it again? The bathroom, the old news. That's old news. Besides, it's just a ghost story, not a rumor. You're talking about that one girl, right? The second year, she stopped coming to school and just sits around staring at the walls all day. Whenever her mom tries to talk to her, the only thing she says is, "It's coming. It's coming."
What?
Is that really how the story goes? Ugh, whatever. It's probably all made up anyway. Some disturbing rumors seem to be spreading around the school. First bell is rung. I'm looking at my cats. They're just swarming this new box. Last video I mentioned I got a new package. I got a board game that I helped kickstart, was the ISS Vanguard. Really cool, kind of like space-based board game. So, I've got a heavy-ass box sitting on my bed right now that I got to go through and make sure I got everything, because I got a whole bunch of extra shit. Let's see, open your textbooks. We'll take a look at the first novel by Zenzo Kasai. Ugh, why him? I've been more interested in Tota Kaneko's work lately. His essays are fantastic, and he's also a famous haiku poet. I wonder why all this isn't in the textbook. Well, I guess I'll just bring the book next time. Speaking of haiku, they often use words or phrases related to seasons, but it's easy to get them mixed up. For example, you'd think tasty bamboo shoots and vivid carp streamers would symbolize spring, right? Well, they're actually related to summer. Haiku poets usually refer to seasons based on the lunar calendar, making it fairly complicated. Hey Iori, are you listening? Here's a question for you. Among the phrases a rain of flowers, mystical mirage, and vivid carp streamers, which ones symbolize summer? What? Psst, Makoto, you're listening, right? Lend a brother a hand. When going about day-to-day life, you will come across certain things. One of these stats, academic, charm, and courage. Okay, so they did go back to just the to 3 social stats, because there was... Why can't I remember the other ones? There were 2 others in 4 and 5. But yeah, they went back down to the 3 in this game. Social stats can be raised by doing various activities. Keep an eye out, yada yada yada. What phrase symbolizes summer? Okay, so a vivid carp streamers, she said, would seem like spring, but is actually summer.
Exactly.
There we go. Okay, I was making sure I was like, oh my god, I just read that. I'm hoping I read that right. So you were listening to me after all. By the way, mystical mirage and a rain of flowers represents spring. A mirage is a natural phenomenon that occurs late March to early July, and a rain of flowers refers to the spring showers around the time cherry blossoms bloom. It's not literally raining flowers. Make sure you remember all that. Our next topic is... well, you know how much I like to pay attention. Man, you seriously saved my bacon. Yuki-kun gave him the answer just now. He must have a good memory or something. I can hear my classmates whispering. I've become slightly more popular. That boosts my charm, I think. Yep. I'd get academics if I answered the teacher's direct question. I like the look of the triangle. Should head back to the dorm. I think I might have started to say this earlier, but if I don't get a 3rd video out to you guys today, my bad. The Iwatodai strip mall is bustling with activity in the afternoon. But yeah, if I don't get a 3rd video out today, it's probably because I went to sleep. I'm not feeling great today, and I'm perfectly fine. It's just allergies. You know, like I said in the last video, my sinuses are really acting up, so I'm probably going to take a nap soon. And if I don't get the 3rd video up today, there will be 2 for this game tomorrow, along with Persona 5 Tactica, and I think Final Fantasy 16 is on my schedule. So I think that's the order that I said I'd play things. And then again, that's all if you're watching this day and date. If you're not watching this day and date, ignore what the hell I'm just talking about right now.
So, this is our new guest.
I never trusted you. It's been so long, so I think I've only seen the end of this game once, because I always get stuck on on one of the final boss fights, which I am very glad. I've heard that in this game they have changed it so you get direct control of your companions. The original Persona 3, you only controlled the main character. Everyone else was AI. I mean, you could give general commands, but you could not get full control like you could in 4. So I think they changed that for this game, from what I've heard. But yeah, this guy, his look, I never trusted him.
Good evening. My name is Shuji Ikutsuki. I'm the chairman of the board for your school.
And that is... how to phrase this? I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I am saying I honestly don't remember if he is, but I remember I never trust him. So that's how I'm going to phrase it.
Ikutsuki. Hard to say, isn't it? That's why I don't like introducing myself. Even I get tongue-tied sometimes. Please, have a seat.
You know, despite the fact that we get a robot and a dog on our team in this game, I still think this is the most, like, down-to-earth cast that we ever had in one of these games.
Anything you'd like to ask?
Because, you know, there's no Teddy like in 4. There's no talking cat like in 5. Granted, like I said, there's a robot. But the robot's actually kind of explained. And the dog is just kind of it shows up and but it's not a talking dog, it's just a dog. It's cool though.
To welcome.
Like I said, they're both explained in a way that makes sense why they're a part of the team. Oh, and the dog gets a little armband and he's so fucking cute.
Have you seen Kirijo-kun by any chance?
She's upstairs.
As diligent as always. But it couldn't hurt to come down and say hello. Is there anything else?
I think it was Donovan who told me that Mitsuru, the red-haired girl, again, for anyone who doesn't have a great knowledge of the cast, that she is best girl. And I can totally understand that. Because she has that Dami Mommy energy, and I'm into it now that I'm 30. Back when I was like 16 and first played this game, I was so into the girl next doorish, the girl next doorishness of Yukari, and she was my best girl. But this game, all the female companions in this game they're all really cool in their own ways. They're all really neat.
There are only 4 students in this dorm. You, Takeba-kun here, Kirijo-kun, and a third year named Akihiko Sanada-kun. I hope you all get along. Do you have another question?
I just remembered when I first played the original, I was like, what the fuck is this Kun, Chan, Tan? Like, what the fuck are all these? It took me forever to understand it. Man, that was before I even really read manga.
Like what?
It was before I really read manga and watched anime and all that. So it was before my weebness. I think this was the game that really got me into a lot of the Japanese stuff, now that I think about it.
Any other questions? Excellent. Here's to a wonderful school year. Now, if you'll excuse me.
God, I love this song.
Worn out from all these formalities, you may want to consider going to bed early. As they say, the early bird catches the bookworm. Get it? Bookworm? Because you're students?
Yeah, he likes bad jokes. Well, so do I.
You'll get used to his lame jokes. I guess I'll head back to my room too. Like the chairman said, you should get some rest. Transferring schools is a real pain when you're not used to it. Good night.
God damn it, man. I love the music in this game. Man, it's so much different. Where Persona 5 had that more kind of like I said, like acid jazz kind of like being in a lounge or a jazz club kind of sound. This has kind of got a jazz mixed with a little bit of I don't want to say hip hop necessarily, but there's kind of like in that last track, there's a little bit of rapping going on in the background, or a little bit of spoken word. It just has a totally different kind of jazz feel to it, but it's really good to listen to.
So, how's he doing?
He went to bed a little while ago. He's currently fast asleep. Mr. Chairman, do you think he's...
Well, let's wait and see for now. The dark hour is approaching.
Come on, what do you say? I can't leave a pretty girl standing around in the cold like this.
What do you think, Mayumi?
I mean, I'm cool with it, but if my parents found out...
They don't need to know. Just drop them a text. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
This sucks. I'm serious. I was scared shitless.
Nice story, though.
That was the Bayside Rockers, brought to you by KJ. And that's all for tonight, folks. Tune in again next week, same time, same place.
The program you just heard was sponsored by Kirijo Electronics, bringing the future to you. The time is now 12 a.m.
Okay, that is a really cool effect. I like that better than the original. The original had like the old analog clock snap to midnight and then fall apart. Welcome to the Dark Hour.
What the... What's happening to me?
He's still sleeping. The dark hour occurs every day at 12 midnight. You could say it's the hidden hour.
Thank you, exposition man.
During this time, an ordinary person transmogrifies into a coffin and is oblivious to all that occurs.
Then he must be...
Yeah, I hear it now in Yukari. She's definitely a new actress.
He may be asleep, but he's definitely experiencing the dark hour.
Mitsuru's is pretty spot on.
He has the potential, though come to think of it, he must. If he didn't, they would have preyed on him by now.
And again, I have to say, so far, I think the whole cast is doing great. It's just, again,
in any case,
talking my preferences, original or this one. Either way, it's good.
Yes, sir.
I feel kind of bad, though, spying on him like this.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're looking at him sleeping. It's creepy. There's a reason you're doing it, I'm just saying. So yeah, that's what's up with the dark with the dark hour and all that. Holy shit, it's an elevator. I never...
To the Velvet Room.
It's not bad. I still like the original Igor. Like, that's still my guy. I never noticed it was supposed to be an elevator. That makes sense because of Tartarus and it being a tower. And okay, I've always just considered the Velvet Room just a room. You know, in the fourth one it was a car. The fifth one it was a jail cell and everything. Yeah, okay. I never considered this one being an elevator. Maybe did the back move in the original one? Man, it has been so long since I played Persona 3.
My name is Igor. I am delighted to make your acquaintance.
Again, I know I keep going, well, the original, but God, man, the original Igor, like original Persona 3 and Persona 4 was, oh, he was so fun. He was just a creepy old man. He's like, my name is Igor. You know, kind of like a Frankenstein's apprentice, you know, kind of assistant kind of thing. He's really creepy. I loved him. He should also be the long-nosed man, but whatever.
This is Elizabeth. She's a resident here, like myself.
Pleased to meet you.
I could not tell you whether how her voice matches up because I do not remember her lines at all.
Only those who have signed the contract can enter this place.
That's the document I signed at the dorm.
From now on, you shall be welcome here as a guest in the Velvet Room. You were destined to hone your unique ability, and you will require my assistance to do so. I only ask one thing in return. Abide by your contract, and assume full responsibility for the choices you make.
Okay.
Hold on to this.
The Velvet Key.
Until we meet again.
So yeah, the same as other Persona games, you know, we are the full. Oh my god, it is the. Oh my god, that's so old school. Oh my god, the old flip phones are back. We don't have smartphones. Oh, it's so cute. I'm sorry. But yeah, we're the Fool again, so, you know, we have the power of 0, so we can have the multiple personas. Everybody else only has 1. Yeah, same old, same old. Yo, I'm so sleepy today. Times like these, the best course of action is to sleep during class. That adrenaline rush you get from dozing off right in front of the teacher can really spice up your dreams. I don't know how that works, buddy.
Oh, you think so?
Huh, you take studying pretty seriously, but it takes real courage to sleep in class, you know. Then again, since I'm not listening to the lecture, I'm pretty much screwed later. But we have classic literature today. That means we're stuck with Mr. Nastioli Coda.
Now, moving on.
I'm Mr. Akoda. I'll be your classic literature teacher. We'll be learning all about good old Japan through our truly great stories. Exciting, right? Now, some people say classic lit isn't relevant anymore, but oh, are they wrong. No, I will not be able to keep this voice up throughout the LP because I swear I will forget. The students, the other teachers, they don't know what they're talking about. Nobody really understands it like they should. I'm feeling sleepy. Should I close my eyes for a few minutes? No, stay awake because this stuff could be on the test, and I think it increases our academics. So that way, I don't need to spend time studying later. Well, I mean, I will, but you get what I mean. Let's wake up, shall we, children? Now open your textbooks. First on our syllabus is Issei Monogatari, the origin of Japanese literature. It's a very interesting story. You youngsters might even call it da bomb. I can tell you people are zoning out on me. Force myself to stay awake and listen to the lecture. Oh, if anybody's wondering what edition of the game I got the base edition. I didn't, because there was like the one that was $20 more, had some DLC that I just didn't care about. I think it was like background music stuff or whatever. I think the only bonuses I got was for the pre-order. And then the $99 included, or no, it was the digital art book and the soundtrack and stuff like that. It was like $20 more, and I really didn't care too much about those. And then the almost $100 one also included some extra DLC, but I don't know what that DLC is going to be yet. I don't know. Maybe they'll drop the FES expansion on us. Like they'll throw in the FES for, like they'll remake FES and put the put that part into the make that like a post-game DLC or whatever. But whatever, I'll pay for that separately when it comes out, when I know what it is.
Want to stop somewhere on the way home? I don't know. Maybe grab a bite to eat? That's right. You're new around here. No worries. I'll show you. It's just around the corner from here. Let's go.
Look, I was not allowed to wear a hat in high school. There is no way in hell a Japanese school that makes you wear uniforms is going to allow you to wear a hat.
Whenever I hang out,
I call bullshit.
There's a karaoke box, an arcade. Oh yeah, you can rent out CDs too. And there's that club over there. Not that I've ever gone in myself. This place may not look like much, but I'm not complaining. Let's check out the CDs first. Oh, whoa, that's new. I gotta try this. Let me show you my mad crane game skills. Ah, damn it! Oh, come on, man. I am not leaving empty-handed. Dude, I'm gonna look from the side. Yeah, that's it! Yo! One more try. Just one more.
I'm guessing he didn't get the thing. I missed that last.
Welcome
You're pretty late. I don't mean to be overbearing, but please don't make that a regular occurrence. Well, in any case, you look quite tired. Why don't you go to bed early tonight? L1, shortcuts, allow you fast travel when it's displayed. Some shortcut destinations may be unavailable in certain circumstances. Yes, right now they will not let us go out and...
Yes.
Yeah, they won't let us go out after dark until later. guess there was a dorm mother here once who cooked, but it's just the students now. Maybe this wasn't so nice kitchen. Seems a waste not to use it. Kirijo senpai doesn't do stuff like cooking, but I would feel bad if no one ever used it. So I guess that's telling us, hey, you can cook in the lounge.
Oh, right.
The moon looks quite stunning this hazy spring night, though tempting as it may be. Spend such a night gazing at the sky. I suggest to go to bed early. Yada yada yada. Yeah, it's because they still haven't they still are kind of thinking about our access to the midnight hour. Or I keep saying midnight hour, the dark hour. That's why they keep telling us go to bed, go to bed. Although that's usual like beginning Persona stuff that you don't get to run around and do the fun shit yet. I feel exhausted. Maybe it's because I haven't gotten used to living here. Just who was that old man from the dream I had last night? What was that contract all about?
How is he?
Looks like he's a little worn out. He went to bed without changing out of his uniform. Other than that, nothing has changed since last night.
Very interesting. Even those who have the potential tend to be unstable at first. Memory loss, disorientation. This subject is rather unique. He hasn't exhibited any of the common symptoms.
But we're treating him like a guinea pig.
Oh, don't look at it like that. The two of you are classmates, right? Consider it an opportunity to have someone your own age here. Besides, we need all the help we can get.
I guess that's true, but still.
Command room speaking. Akihiko, what's wrong?
You're not gonna believe it. This thing is huge. Unfortunately, it's chasing after me right now. I'm almost back. Just letting you know in advance.
Does that mean he's bringing that thing here?
Mr. Chairman, that's enough observation for now. We need to prepare for combat.
Right. Be careful.
Akihiko!
I'm all right. Get ready to be surprised. It'll be here any second.
This is no time to joke around.
Is it one of them, Sanada-kun?
Yeah, but not an ordinary one.
Ah! What was that? You've got to be kidding me!
Yeah, that's why he's not available, because this is the injury that I was talking about earlier. Right. He wasn't suffering it from the very beginning. It's here that he gets the injury.
We'll stop it here. You're the one who led it to us, Akihiko, so I'm going to have you fight.
It's not like I asked it to follow me. What are you waiting for, Takeba? Go!
Okay.
Loud noise woke me up. I should check what's happening outside. Nope, she said it. I'm naked.
There's no time to explain. We have to get out of here now.
Okay.
Hurry! To the first floor! We'll leave through the back. Oh, wait! Take this just in case.
Short sword.
Okay. Let's go.
Unless they got rid of this feature.
We should be safe now.
Takeba, do you read me?
Yes, I hear you.
Be careful. There appears to be more than one enemy. The primary one's lurking somewhere nearby.
What? Let's pull back. What are we gonna do? It's at the front door. Should we go upstairs for now?
As I was about to say, unless they got rid of this feature, any weapon that the characters in the game can use, the protagonist can also use. It's kind of about how he's, how he can use multiple personas, how he's so flexible in the different weapons. Like Yukari, you should mention she's in the archery team, so she uses a bow. Junpei will use a longsword or a katana. Akihiko uses basically just brass knuckles because he's a boxer. So each character uses a different weapon. Well, the main character can use any of those weapons. Again, that changes in 4 and 5, but they let him they give you a lot of customability with your fighting style in this game. But that's because
It's gonna be okay.
because all the weapons did something different. Like bows do piercing damage, the fists or brass knuckles do bludgeoning, and swords did slashing. So yeah, this game also had a lot more weaknesses and whatnot. It wasn't just a general attack.
Sorry. What was that? Don't tell me it got inside. It's getting closer. Keep moving.
I think I've also seen what the shadows look in this one. They aren't just personas. They went back to the old design of the shadows. If I've seen this correctly.
I blocked the door, so we should be safe for now. Huh? No way! That's it! One of the monsters that attacked us!
So cool. It used to just be a goopy body. Now it's just a whole bunch of, like a mass of arms. That is really cool. Is that what happened last time? I think in the original she pulled the trigger a few times, but it wasn't working because she was so scared, so she wasn't actually summoning her persona.
It's here.
Wait.
Dude, these 3D renders are really good. There were like short anime sequences in the original, but you didn't get a lot of like scenes like these.
Go on.
Oh, it's dope.
I am thou. Thou art I. From the sea of thy soul I come. I am Orpheus, master of strings.
Just as we thought.
Oh my god, this thing is cool. Little more brutal in the original with the big gooey body, because essentially like, Vanitas, this thing would just rip it apart with its hands, but the sword is really dope.
Earth was that?
Pure awesomeness.
Is it over?
So Orpheus is essentially his, you know, his persona, but Vanitas is kind of like what his power could be. But Orpheus is his starting persona.
No! Get away from me!
I need to protect her. Oh, yeah.
Those shadows! Did they break off from that other one?
Oh, yeah, the music. Oh man, that's so good. So yeah, the shadows are actually kind of like amorphous blobs in this game. They got rid of because Persona 5 was the first one to do it, where the shadows were actually different personas. They kind of, I think they did that to make it more like the game this is a spin-off from with Shin Megami Tensei. Oh, that's so cool because you watch when he pulls the gun up. That means I hit a weakness. And when you hit a weakness, you get the one more. That music is so good. I'm out of MP.
Are you okay?
No.
Come on. Can you hear me? Oh, say something.
No, I'm not okay. Can't you see I'm passed out?
It's so good to see you again. You lost consciousness after awakening to your power. Ooh, I see that it was Orpheus who heeded your call. Very interesting. That was the power of Persona, the manifestation of your psyche.
So if you hadn't already picked up on the theme of this game, you know, all the Persona games, they all have different themes for all the different personas. You know, 5 was they were the famous thieves from literature. Persona 4 was Japanese gods, and this one is Greek mythology.
A persona is a facet of your personality that surfaces as you react to external stimuli. You can think of it as a mask that protects you as you brave many hardships. The power of a persona is the power of one's soul. And the soul is fueled by the depth of one's bonds. As you form these bonds by becoming involved with others, your own social links will gradually develop. The strength of these social links will foster the growth of your persona abilities. Please remember this. Now then, time marches on in your world. I shouldn't keep you here any longer. Next time we meet, you will come here of your own accord. Until then, farewell.
Yeah, it's fine. We just essentially went into a coma. My head is getting clearer. I can feel someone's presence beside me.
You're awake. How do you feel?
Where am I?
Thank goodness you finally woke up. Oh, this is Tatsumi Memorial Hospital. It's just a short walk from the station. The doctor couldn't find anything wrong. He said you were just exhausted. Hey, I'm sorry I wasn't helpful at all back there. But wow, that power of yours was really something.
What were those things?
You mean the shadows? They're what we're fighting against. And that power you used, we call it Persona. Don't worry, we'll explain everything later. I'm sorry I didn't tell you before. I wanted to tell you something.
You're in love with me. I know.
To you, I mean.
What do you mean?
My dad died in an accident when I was little, and my mom and I aren't exactly on good terms. You're all alone too, aren't you? To be honest, I already heard about your past, but it didn't seem fair, so I wanted you to know about mine too. This was a while ago, but there was a big explosion in the area. Supposedly, my dad died in the blast, but nobody really knows what happened. At the time, he was working in a lab run by the Kirijo group, so I'm hoping if I stick around long enough, I'll find out more about it. That's why I'm going to Gekukan High. And why I was there when this happened to you. Not that I was much help. I kinda panicked. That was my first time facing them too. Sorry. You wouldn't have to go through all this if I weren't such a coward. Thanks. Sorry for telling you all this the minute you opened your eyes. While I was waiting, I thought to myself, I've been hiding so many things from him. As soon as he wakes up, I'll tell him the truth. So thanks for listening. I've been wanting to share that story with someone for a long time.
And you chose a guy who just got up out of a coma?
Alright, I'm gonna get going.
Interesting choice.
Let the others know you're okay. They said you could leave once you regain consciousness, so I think you're free to go home. See?
This is a shit hospital. Oh yeah, oh yeah, kid who was just in a kid who was in a mysterious coma for a week. You know, we can't figure out what's wrong with him. He just seems like he's tired and went to sleep. So I guess he can just go home as soon as he wakes up. Yeah, that's a shit hospital. Don't push yourself. Don't worry, your room's safe for now.
Hey.
Kirijo Senpai said she'll be late today. I'm processing paperwork for you. Try not to overdo it. Yada, yada, yada. Alright guys, looking at the clock, we're around the 45-minute mark. Like I said, my sinuses aren't feeling great. I'm not feeling great, and I need some sleep. So, we're going to call it quits here for today. Well, I say today, again, as I said earlier, maybe I'll have an extra one for you guys today, later tonight, and if I don't, expect a double dose tomorrow. So, that is the plan. Thank you so much for watching. As always, social media in the description. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you all in the next one. Until then, I'm out.